Épisode 4, l'orphelin.
In the criminal
Dans le
justice
système pénal
system,
américain,
the people
le ministère
are
public est
represented
représenté
by
par
two
deux groupes
separate
distincts,
and equally
mais
important
d'égale
groups.
importance.
The police who
La
investigate
police qui enquête sur les
crime
crimes
and the
et le
district
procureur
attorneys who
qui poursuit les
prosecute the
criminels.
offenders. These are
Voici
their
leurs histoires.
stories.
Crin crin.
Hell, kid, it ain't even midnight yet. You're jumping the gun.
Ah, petit, il est même pas encore minuit. Bon, il y a l'équipe. La cam, tu vois,
Every little bit helps.
c'est déjà ça.
What? It's not like you're gonna
Tu vas
use
essayer
it.
d'en servir, toi.
What do you expect me to do? Cry over your little broken body? Call the cops? It's not like they're gonna give two craps.
Non, rien à foutre,
Now
les
that
flics.
everything else is
Espèce.
going down the line. Okay, damn it. Don't say I never did nothing for you.
Il est mort, le gosse. Tout.
Took you long enough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
just-
I had to put on my face. Wanted
Ouais,
to
je
look
vais me
my
préparer.
best for the big
Je vais le
part.
mettre sur mon 31 pour...
Midnight.
Minuit.
Welcome to the
Minuit.
new millennium. Looks a lot like the old millennium.
C'est l'an 2000. Ray Curtis, Lenny Briscoe, Olivia Benson. Ah non, c'est Anita Van Buren. Abby Carmichael. 2000, il y a 20 ans, putain. Retour vers le futur.
Where's the ME?
She
Oui,
got
juste.
called away. Assistant should be here with the body bag anytime.
Poor little kid. He doesn't look more than 12 years old.
Some city we live in, huh?
Quelle ville on vit, franchement.
Severe internal hemorrhaging,
Ah non,
broken
j'ai
radius,
atteint
multiple
la disposition
contusions.
multiple.
Somebody beat him with a baseball bat?
T'as bossé avec une
Nah,
batte de baseball?
something with a sharper
Alors,
edge.
quelque chose de plus
Check out the
coupant.
gash
Regarde
across
l'entaille
his
sur son
scalp.
crâne.
He's also got a
Une
burn
marque à la
mark on
main.
his
Ah, il
hand.
se fait mordre par un
Definitely
vampire.
from a taser, and definitely fresh.
Time of
Oh, regarde
death?
ta zone.
Around 8, probably. Body's pretty stiff.
Attends.
No
Oh,
ID,
putain, pupille
nothing in
d'identité.
his pockets.
Rien dans les poches.
See the ring around the top of his head where his hair is plastered down?
Hat hair. He was wearing a cap earlier today. I've heard of kids getting killed for their shoes, but their hats? What about the bag?
Empty.
Why would he be holding an empty bag?
Hey, detectives.
Et les
I
inspecteurs.
caught this guy hanging around outside the alley. Elijah the Prophet.
You know
Ah, c'est le
him?
prophète.
Sure. Picked him up at 5 for disturbing the peace. Found him standing on his shopping cart outside the Schubert, ranting about Y2K.
I was just telling the people what the puppet masters don't want them to know.
Un DLC 9/11 est possible.
Why don't you tell me what
plutôt
you
ce que
know
vous savez sur ce
about
gamin
the
mort.
dead kid over there?
I'm the one who
qui ai
reported
signalé,
the
je
murder,
rappelle.
okay?
Le méchant liste.
I'm the good guy here.
Sauf que t'as
Yeah?
une preuve sur la
Well,
tête.
before I put in for your good citizenship award, you gotta tell me, what did you take from the body?
What? Do I look like a grave robber? I didn't take nothing.
Oui. Évidemment qu'on peut réfuter. Il a une casquette pleine de sang sur la tête. Parce qu'il a vu l'intro. Non, il n'y a pas... on a vu la... Dead body. Oh no.
That cap doesn't fit you so well.
It shrank in the wash.
Or
that's
maybe you
right.
swiped it off the kid.
Ou alors c'est à cause de ton
Alright,
pantalon.
He was through using it, wasn't he? Now let me go. I gotta get over to the Lincoln Tunnel and go protect my stockpile from looters.
Okay, buddy, tell the truth. Did you do this?
Donc,
Kill
il a
the kid, you mean?
Regarde.
You think I killed the kid
Et puis
and then
comment
turned
je
around and
sais?
reported it? Do I look crazy?
So, where were you at
Sur le
8
20
o'clock
ce
this
soir.
evening?
Enjoying the
Chaud
hospitality
dans
of
le
the
commissariat de la
5th
5e
Precinct.
circonscription.
I was in the holding tank.
Un bon travail, inspecteur.
That true?
C'est vrai?
Yeah, he was
Il
released
était
about
relâché vers
8:30.
20h30.
Yeah, I guess that clears you.
Donc, pas vous.
I want you to turn over everything you took off the kid. Now.
I'm homeless, officer. Everything I own is on me. So go ahead, search.
Quoi?
I seem to recall you saying something about a stockpile.
Nobody gets
j'ai pas
near
écouté.
my stockpile. I'm a citizen. I got a constitutional right to my stuff. It's there in the
Okay.
Fourth Amendment, pig.
I'll have to read it sometime. But meanwhile, you're still the most likely suspect in this case. Look, I can take you down to the station right now and let the jackbooted thugs work you over, or you can take me to your stockpile. Which is it gonna be?
I'm not scared of you. Come the stroke of midnight, your police state's gonna collapse like a rotten jack-o'-lantern.
Ah oui, il est minuit passé.
I hate to burst your bubble, Mr. Prophet, but it's already after midnight.
Huh? I should have known it would be off. Stupid tourist junk. But I don't get it. The system's supposed to be crashing. How come the streetlights are still on?
We have this super secret emergency backup system.
Damn you guys. You think of everything.
Now, should I call the station and have them charge up the cattle prods?
No, that won't be necessary. Follow me. There's my stockpile. Stuff I got from the kid's bag is in the bundle on top.
Fosse program, Annie get your gun sweatshirt, cabaret mugs, 1 ticket to Aida. Hey, a credit card receipt.
Yeah, that ought to get us somewhere.
J'ai pas du tout écouté parce que... On se retape le générique. C'est cool. Excellent travail, inspecteur. Je sextote... Non, je sextote rien du tout. J'ai eu des répliques de Gordon Ramsay. Donc, on va partager un petit peu.
Where's the ME?
She got called away. Assistant should be here with the body bag anytime.
There's
Poor
enough
little
garlic
kid.
in here to
He
kill
doesn't look more than
every
12
vampire
years
in
old.
Europe.
Some city we live in, huh?
This is the rate of decision cause you're both
broken
crap.
radius, multiple contusions.
Somebody beat him with
After
a
trying
baseball bat?
Hawaiian pizza.
Nah, something
This
with
isn't
a
a
sharper
pizza, this
edge.
is a mistake.
Check out the gash across his scalp.
This is an Italian
He's also got a burn
tragedy.
mark on his hand. Definitely from a taser, and definitely fresh.
Ensuite on a...
Time
Why
to
did the
death.
chicken cross the road?
Around 8, probably.
Because you
Body's
didn't
pretty
fucking
stiff.
cook it.
No ID, nothing in his pockets. See the ring around the top of his
Hey,
head
you
where
put
his
so
hair
much
is
ginger in
plastered
this, it's a
down?
whistler.
Hat hair. He was wearing a cap earlier today. I've heard of kids getting killed for their shoes, but what about...
Hey,
You know him?
sure.
Why don't you...
I'm the...
Yeah?
What? Do I look like a grave robber? I didn't take nothing. It shrank in the wash.
Or maybe you swiped it off the kid.
All right. He was through using it, wasn't he? Now let me go. I gotta get over to the Lincoln Tunnel. Go protect my stockpile from looters.
I want you to turn over everything you took off the kid.
Peut-être que si j'avais écouté la première fois...
I'm homeless, officer. Everything I own is on me. So go ahead,
On
search.
quitte. Ah oui, oui.
I seem to recall you saying something about a stockpile.
Nobody gets near my stockpile. I'm a citizen. I got a constitutional right to my stuff. It's there in the Fourth Amendment, pig.
I'll have to read it sometime. But meanwhile, you're still the most likely suspect in this case. Okay, buddy, tell the truth. Did you do this?
Kill the kid, you mean? You think I killed the kid and then...
So, where...
enjoying the hospitality?
That true?
Yeah, he was released about 8:30.
Yeah, I guess that clears you. Look, I can take you down to the station right now and let the jackbooted thugs work you over. Or you can take me to your stockpile. Which is it gonna be?
I'm not scared of you. Come the stroke of midnight, your police state's gonna collapse like a rotten jack-o'-lantern.
Et que Rotten Jack-o'-lanterne.
I hate to burst your bubble, Mr. Prophet, but it's already after
Et déjà,
midnight.
minuit passé.
Huh?
Hein?
I should have known it would be off. Stupid tourist junk. But I don't get
le
it.
système devrait
The
s'effondrer.
system's supposed to be crashing. How come the streetlights are still on?
We have this super secret emergency backup
Ah,
system.
générateur de secours top secret.
Damn you guys. You think of everything.
Damn it!
Now, should I call the station and have them charge up the cattle prods?
No, that won't be necessary. Follow me. There's my stockpile. Stuff I got from the kids' bag is in the bundle on top.
Fosse program, Annie get your gun sweatshirt, cabaret mugs, 1 ticket to Aida. Hey, a credit card receipt.
Yeah, that ought to get us somewhere.
Un sens- Oui, le stream est sponsorisé par Securitax. Attendez, il faut que je mette... Que j'ai des... Là, c'est le direct, hein, on fait les... What? Voilà, copookie. Monsieur, c'est la police. Ah, attendez, est-ce que... Ouais, c'est celui-là qui est mieux. Je veux juste voir. C'est la police. Rendez-vous ne vous aura fait aucun mal. N'oubliez pas, vous pouvez acheter Securitax avec le code créateur Campouze. SAMPOUZ.
And the credit card people told you right where I was staying?
They had a record.
Pardon. Top radio. Oh, attends. On a vu un qui avait l'air pas mal. Et si nous sommes tous réunis ici... Catacombe peur.
Of the hotel charge, Mrs. Tallis,
Okay,
and the
no,
hotel
sure,
confirmed you're
Nathalie.
booked through the end of the week.
Amazing. You managed to recover my
Amazing.
stolen
Ça,
bag
vous avez
when
trouvé
I
ça
didn't
comment,
even
vous?
report the crime.
Alors que je n'ai
That's
rien
the
fait.
networked world for you.
And here I thought all the networks
On
were
croyait
going
que
to be
tous les
down
réseaux allaient
today.
être en panne aujourd'hui.
For God's sake.
We're
Ah,
investigating the murder of the thief,
Attention,
and we'd like to ask you a few
voilà.
questions, if that's
Bon, vous posez
okay.
quelques questions si possible.
Of course. As long as I don't miss curtain time. We're catching Dame Edna tonight.
Non, mais step up au niveau... Ah, les effets, les sponsors... Je pense que la prochaine fois, si je veux être vraiment au top du top, il faut que je fasse un effet de voix différent pour chaque personnage et que je double. Là, je suis déjà affiliate. Mais là c'est du jamais vu, hein, parce que les petites imitations faciles de Benza ou de Mister MV, hein. Voilà, alors que bon... Hein.
Here's a photo of the merchandise we recovered from the shopping cart.
Photo de
Do you see everything that was in your
Vous voyez tout
bag?
dans votre sac?
I think so, yes.
Oui. Ah.
Aha! So that's where my ticket to Aida went. I emptied out my handbag looking for that son of a gun. Had to miss the... Wait. Statue of Liberty.
Come again?
There was a model of the Statue of Liberty, about
Yes.
yay high. It had a marble base with a clock in it.
Oh là 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 là. Je pense que tout le monde... Je pense que tout le monde a compris. Là, la référence, c'est que le vieux, là... Il avait une horloge. Et je pense que l'horloge, c'était l'arme du crime. Toujours l'horloge, l'arme du crime. Indique-leur du crime. Putain, mais oui, évidemment. C'est tellement évident. Et ça a été vu dans Phoenix Wright, mais je sais pas si c'est pas Phoenix Wright qui a copié ou... Voilà. À mardi prochain. Crime résolu.
Can you tell us where the bag was stolen?
It was on 42nd Street.
C'est sur la 40
About, 4:30. I was just coming from the half-price ticket booth, very pleased with myself. I'd managed to snag the very last ticket to a preview of Aida. I felt a tug, and before I knew what was what, there he was, zipping away with my bag.
So you wouldn't be able to ID him.
I'm afraid I didn't see his
Désolé, j'ai pas vu
face,
son visage,
just
son
his
dos.
backside.
Ça coïncide. Tout simplement, hein. On va pas se compliquer la vie. On va pas se compliquer la vie, c'est tranquille.
How come you didn't report the crime?
Well, I mean, it was New Year's Eve. I'm
C'est
sure the police had their hands full just keeping
Oh
the
là là, c'est
peace.
gentil.
So it was a courtesy to us?
Y'a pas de
Well,
panneau.
that and, you know, I'm flying back to St. Louis tonight, and what can I say? I guess I just chalked it up as a loss.
Par ce billet, il y avait que des petits souvenirs sans importance. Donc qu'est-ce qu'il y avait? Attends. Ah si, elle l'a dit, mais ce que... Elle a dit, à part le billet, c'était... À part ce billet, il y avait que des petits souvenirs sans importance, et c'est vrai. Il y avait que des petits souvenirs sans importance. Le programme de fosse, un pull Annie du Far West, des tasses cabaret, une entrée pour Aïda. Ensuite, carte bancaire, donc c'est... Même la statue de la liberté, là, on en avait rien à foutre. Ouais, c'était le dernier billet. Cohérent ou c'est pas cohérent? Putain, c'était pas cohérent.
What brought you to New York?
The Millennium, of course.
It's not the Millennium back in St. Louis?
Well, of course, but this is where the action is. My friends
Il a
and I
shot
are
call, le
part of the
Toto.
Theater Society, the Looky Loos. We make a Broadway trek once a year, usually in the fall. But this time around, we decided to wait a bit, so we could be part of all the fun in Times Square.
Mrs. Tallis, where were you at 8 o'clock last night?
Was that the time of the murder? Are you asking me for my alibi?
If you don't mind.
Not at all. This is just like that TV show. Wait till the girls hear about this.
Mrs. Tallis.
I was at Aida, of course, with the other looky-loo ladies.
Alors... Elle me prend pour un débile. Elle me prend pour un débile.
Wait, wasn't your ticket one of the things that was stolen?
Yes, and it was the last one available. You caught me, detectives. Truth is, since I couldn't get in, I ended up killing time. Just milling about with the New Year's crowds. I was waiting for the show to be over so I could meet up with the group and hear about it. I don't think it's going to run long.
Did you get a good look at the thief?
Oh, not really. It all happened so fast.
Try to remember. You may have been the last person to see him alive.
Oh, dear. He was just a boy, poor thing. Brown hair. I think he was wearing a sports jersey of some sort. It had a logo on the front of, you know, that team that plays the game with the ball.
Ah, tu commences à mentir. Tu commences à mentir. On va pas arrêter tous les gens de dos qui étaient de dos
You
hier
saw the
soir.
logo on the boy's jersey while he was running away?
Oh, well, no, what I mean is, I recognize the team colors.
Which are?
You know, green and gold.
What are you not telling us, Mrs. Tallis?
Well, I suppose I did see a bit more of the boy than I let on. I got into a bit of a tussle with him before he got away.
You got into a tussle.
I'm not entirely naive, you know. I'm well aware how rough the streets of Manhattan can
Curieux de
be,
Manhattan,
especially
peut-être
on New
dangereux.
Year's Eve. Let's just say I came prepared.
Ah, elle est
May
venue
I?
I feel
avec
just
son
awful about it
Securitax.
now, knowing what happened to the boy, you know, after. But, well, it was the instinct of self-preservation kicking in.
Well, from the looks of it, your instincts are quite healthy, Mrs. Tallis. Did you go after the thief with any of these weapons?
Of course not. He was just a
Le
child.
taser
I'd
Securitax.
never risk hurting a child.
We found a taser burn on the boy's hand.
Did you? Yes, I suppose I may have tased him. Not badly, mind you. Just a little mini
Une
tase.
décharge.
Enough to knock him down. Then I grabbed from my bag and we tussled.
But he got away.
Children are slippery.
Mrs. Tallis, how would you like front row tickets to a new drama? It's playing down at the Manhattan Criminal Court building.
Now, wait a minute, Detective. You don't seriously think...
That you're holding something back? Yes. So why don't you hand it over?
It's the boy's backpack. I pulled it off him when we were, you know,
Tussling.
right. I said to him, give me my bag
C'est
and
marrant, il a
I'll
un
give
logo
you
TellTale
yours.
Game.
But he just took off without it. I guess he was scared.
And why didn't you tell us this at the start?
Take a look inside. You'll see his trinkets are considerably more valuable than mine. I figured I got the better deal in the exchange. And it would have made such a great punchline to my story.
Je veux savoir pourquoi son alibi, pourquoi elle commence à dire de la
And
merde.
the credit card people told you right.
They had a record of the hotel charge, Mrs. Tallis, and the hotel confirmed your book.
Amazing.
That's the networked.
And here I...
Forgot.
We're investigating. Here's a photo of the merchandise we recovered from.
I think so.
Come again?
There was a model of the statue.
Can you tell us where the bag was stolen?
It was on 42nd Street, about, 4:30. I was just coming from the half-price...
So you wouldn't be able to.
I'm afraid I didn't see his face.
How come you didn't report the crime?
Well, I mean, it was New Year's Eve. I'm sure the police had their hands full just keeping the peace.
So it was a courtesy to us?
Well, that and, you know, I'm flying back to St. Louis tonight, and what can I say? I guess I just chalked it up as a loss.
Donc on va écouter Toto. Putain, mais oui. On vole. Donc c'était un mauvais shot call, Toto. Pas de chat. Ah, jusqu'à la fin de la semaine, c'est vrai.
leaving tonight. You're cutting the trip short?
I thought you were seeing Dame Edna.
Oh, that's right. Today's only Tuesday. You see?
Oh, on est
You've
mardi!
got me all flustered.
Putain! Oh, le quatrième mur! Oh, le quatrième mur, elle a fait boum. Parce qu'on est mardi.
What brought you to New York?
The Millennium, of course.
It's not the Millennium back in St. Louis?
Well, of course. But this is where the action is. My friends and I are part of a theater society, the Looky-Loos. We make a Broadway trek once a year, usually in the fall. But this time around, we decided to wait a bit, so we could be part of all the fun in Times Square.
Mrs. Tallis, where were you at 8 o'clock?
Was that the time of the murder?
If you don't...
Not at all. This is...
Mrs. Tallis.
I was at Aida, of course, with the other Looky-Loo ladies.
Wait, was...
Yes, and it was the last one available.
Did you get a good look at the thief?
Oh, not really.
Try to remember.
Oh, dear. He was...
C'est pas cohérent.
Oh, well, no, what I mean is,
Y a
I
pas d'alibi.
recognize the team.
Which are?
You know.
What are you not telling us, Miss...
Well, I suppose
You got into...
I'm not entirely naive, you know.
May I?
I feel just awful about it now, knowing...
Well, from the looks... Did you go...
Of course not. He was just a child. I'd never risk hurting a child.
Curtis a dit que... voilà. Curtis a dit que les traces de gaz lacrymogène avaient été retrouvées sur les vêtements du garçon. Curtis a dit que le garçon s'est fait frapper à coups de matraque. Madame Thaïs a dit que par principe elle se débarrassait de tous ceux qui la menaçaient, elle ou ses biens. Ça c'est un bon principe, hein, mais...
We found a taser burn on the boy's hand.
Did you? Yes, I suppose I may have tased him.
But he got away.
Children are
Mrs. Tallis, how would you like...
Now, what?
that you're holding something back?
It's the boy's backpack. I pulled it off him when we were, you know.
Tussling.
Right. I said to him, give me my bag and I'll give you yours. But he just took off without it. I guess he was scared.
And why didn't you tell us this?
Take a look inside. You'll see his trinkets are considerably more valuable than mine. I figured I got the better deal in the exchange. And it would have made such a...
Ah, ils ont bien coupé sa dernière phrase, là. C'est pas moi qui ai passé. Hein.
Quite an assortment we got here.
Looks like our victim had a busy day.
Yeah, but is any of this stuff gonna get us closer to an ID?
Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on recherche? Une bande dessinée, un effet personnel, des substances illégales et un billet.
Anne March handbag. Deborah would kill for one of these. Not that she's ever gonna get one on my salary. Top of the world ticket. Time stamped 2 o'clock on the 25th.
Du World Trade Center.
So his mom took him to the top of the World Trade Center for Christmas?
Or maybe he
Alors,
took himself up, so he could
pour
collect
les
his own
gens-
Christmas presents from all the tourists while they were busy gawking out the window.
You're a cynic, Curtis, but you're probably
Pour les
right.
gens qui ont 19 ans ou moins, donc 18, si vous avez moins de 18 ans, vous n'êtes pas là. Le World Trade Center, c'était 2 tours jumelles à New York qui se sont effondrées en 2001 suite à un accident
Giles
d'avion,
Breton's
on va dire.
passion juice. I don't even want to take a whiff of that.
Look at this, look at this.
It's gonna be what, 3 grams of crack?
No, I think it's methamphetamine.
Times are changing. Think the kid smoked it?
More likely he was transporting it for somebody.
C'était une mule, le gosse.
Check it out. Little Gloomy Comics Digest.
What's the resale value on that, do you think?
Elle a une Bible chez elle. Oh, c'est un burritos là. Donc, qu'est-ce qu'on cherche? Effet personnel. Ça, c'est pas mal.
Change purse.
Oh, there's some 20s in here. Somebody had a sad New Year's Eve. Pastrami on rye.
I recognize the sticker. Those are from that deli on 45th and Broadway.
Full assortment of designer shades.
Courtesy of the rack at Barney's.
Anton Caviello. Kid had good taste, at least.
En train de me dire que...
What's playing on the Discman? Ricky Martin. That's what comes of living La Vida Loca. You
La
don't
vida
notice
loca.
the sneak
La vie
thieves.
folle en espagnol. Le gosse, clairement, la femme fait partie du... de Al-Qaïda.
Wonder Woman, where are you?
If the kid drew that, he's pretty good. A cry for help?
To a superhero? He could at least learn how to spell Wonder Woman.
Ah, c'était ça, l'effet personnel.
Hey, what's that?
Voucher for a free lunch at the 9th Avenue Community Center.
And it's from a child welfare agency. Good Shepherd. Turn it over.
Ding.
Le bon Michel Berger.
Aaron Bauer.
Good Shepherd. Name sounds familiar. Catholic agency?
Yeah, I'm calling him right now. This is Detective Ray Curtis of the 27th Precinct. I've got some information about someone, a minor. I believe he may be a client of yours. Name's Aaron Bauer. Yes, all old.
Wait a
Veuillez
minute.
patienter,
That's
s'il
that
vous
guy.
plaît.
What's his name? Montrose.
Montrose?
Stephen Montrose. He's the director down there. Wrote that book that made a big splash last spring. The Empty High Chair.
Sure. I've seen him on talk shows. He's always going on
About how the child welfare system breaks up families and needs to be reformed from the top down. His agency's been getting tons of good press.
And we'll need the boy's case file as well. Thanks a lot.
Bonne journée, au revoir. Oui, je fais le centre catholique. Hein. C'est
Kid
forcément
lived
dans
with
une
his
église.
mother. Caseworker said she could arrange a meeting at the agency in 3 hours.
Well, this ought to be pleasant.
That's Aaron, all right.
You're the
Oh.
caseworker?
From the start.
Assistant sociale depuis-
Who are they?
This is Detective Briscoe and Detective Curtis.
Cops? No, you didn't tell me there was gonna be
Pas
cops here.
Oh, toi, tu te
Sit
drogues.
down, Mrs. Bauer.
Toi, clairement, tu te drogues. La méthamphétamine, elle est pour toi. Hein.
Mrs. Bauer, there's no easy way to say this. I'm afraid your son Aaron is dead.
Saron est mort. Ah. Waouh.
Nah, he's just messing with you.
J'ose tout.
He's playing
Pardon.
possum. He always does that. He makes believe.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Bauer. We found his body last night. Severe head trauma. We're afraid that...
Give me a break, okay? Where is he really? You just want to put him back in City Youth Home. That place is a hellhole.
We're trying to figure out who did this to him, and we need you to answer some questions.
Yeah? Shoot.
Can you tell us when you last saw Aaron?
He was gone when I woke up.
Le gars, il était déjà parti.
Probably off at the arcade. I was
Arcade.
sleeping late, so sue me, right? Last
Yeah,
night was
slut.
New Year's Eve.
We know, but when did you see your son?
9 o'clock. That's his bedtime. I tucked him in.
Ah non, il est mort avant 20h. Tu mens.
Mrs. Bauer, Aaron was killed at 8.
I told you, that's just pretend.
We found your son's backpack, and that's what led us to you. Some items in it lead us to suspect that he was involved in criminal activities.
Bullshit! My Aaron's a
En tout cas,
good
ouais, t'as
boy.
menti.
He ain't the type to do drugs.
Ah oui, on n'a jamais parlé de drogue. Arrêtez.
We didn't say
Bon,
anything
prendre
about
bleu.
drugs. Was there anyone who wished your son harm, who might have beat him?
Oh, he's gonna get a beating, I tell you what. He knows damn well what comes of pulling stunts like this. Yeah. He's gonna get it good.
Mrs. Bauer, did Aaron have any enemies?
Enemies? No. He's just a kid. Wait a minute. You ain't New York City cops at all. No.
Vous êtes du comté de Russell.
You're from Russell County.
What?
You bastard!
Ouais.
You goddamn kidnappers ain't gonna get away with this! You're not taking him again! I'll kill you!
What's going on here?
He's my baby! He's my baby!
You don't
My
have to stand for
baby.
this, Mrs. Bauer.
No!
Take her home.
Of course.
T'as été interrompu.
Stephen Montrose, General Director of Good Shepherd.
Montrose.
Would you
That's
mind
the one,
explaining what just happened in my office?
You
Parce que
just
c'est ça.
interfered with the murder
La
investigation.
construction a une enquête pour
Is
meurtre.
Jenna Bauer a suspect?
Jenna
Suspect.
Bauer is the mother.
Oh, I see. Look, detectives, this agency was set up to serve the needs of at-risk families, those whom the other agencies have abandoned to poverty and addiction.
We understand, but
Do you? You've just come steamrolling
Yeah,
in and
yeah,
hit
yeah,
one of
yeah,
my
this is
clients with
en fait
about the
qu'il
most
soit-
devastating news you can imagine. But instead of
explique
leaving
ça
her
qu'il
to
fait
her
super
grief,
un
you
truc
turn around and give her the third degree, like she was a common criminal.
C'était une
Not in
merde.
my office, detectives, not here.
I'm sorry you don't approve of our technique, Dr.
C'est que vous n'avez
Montrose,
pas
but
compris.
I'm familiar with the
Montrose.
boy's case history. I can answer your questions.
what was Mrs. Bauer yelling about when you came in?
something about us being from
Très bien, du coup,
Russell
ça va
County,
enlever son
come to
fils.
take her kid.
Can't help you with that one. My knowledge of the Bowers only goes back 2 years. That's when they arrived in New York. Jenna was living on the street when Good Shepherd first intervened, about 6 months later. The legal machine had shunted the boy off to City Youth Home. We successfully fought to get mother and son
Oui.
back together.
Municipal, réunion.
So you see, Jenna Bauer does have some cause for feeling less than friendly toward the police.
Est-ce que ça coïncide? Chat. Hein, je reviens avant l'heure. J'ai envie de dire, d'un côté, il dit il connaît son histoire au garçon, et puis après il dit ah non, mais par contre, il y a 2 ans. Oui ou non? J'ai besoin d'un coup de main là. Et connaissez les Bauer depuis 1 an et demi. Ça me dit rien ça. Ça me dit rien. Envoyé dans ce taudis de foyer d'accueil. Ah oui, voilà. Ah, c'était dur.
Aaron was involved in some shady business. There were drugs in his backpack.
Crystal meth.
Is there any possibility that he or his mother...
No. Our clients don't abuse drugs.
Oh, dis donc, tu... Un peu pour un con, hein? Douter. Oui, je doute. Parler de la trace blanche sous le nez, oui.
None of them? You said yourself these are at-risk people.
Of course. Most have struggled with addictions of one sort or another. But each of our clients has made a commitment to turn his or her life around. We've worked closely with Mrs. Bauer. We can vouch for her.
When's the last time the Bowers caseworker paid a visit, do you know?
Of course. Miss Schuyler filed a visitation report on Christmas Day.
We'll need to see the case file, of course.
I'm sorry, that's not possible.
This is a murder investigation, Dr. Montrose.
The files contain some sensitive material from several years ago, in another state. I assure you nothing remotely relevant to the current tragedy.
Évidemment qu'il s'est contredit.
I thought you didn't know anything about the Bowers before they came to New York.
Nothing relevant, I meant. Am I a suspect now, too?
Oui. Oui, tu es un suspect.
Dr. Montrose, I've got to insist that you follow procedure and turn over the Bauer case file.
You should have called a head detective. Procedure dictates that you give us at least 2 hours advanced warning.
Non. Il avait bien demandé le... Et on va aussi avoir besoin du dossier du garçon. Voilà. Plus Darko.
I put in a request when I phoned the caseworker.
Well, I wasn't informed.
Why are you putting up roadblocks? Partner with us here.
Sorry, but I know what happens when you partner with the city. They tell you they're only going to see that you follow state guidelines, but it's really a pretext for legal action. They'd love to take Good Shepherd away from me.
Well, I thought Good Shepherd was...
The same goes double for them. I stay away from all bureaucrats, sacred and secular.
You know we can get a court order.
But you won't. I've fought the city many times, Detective. It's a powerful adversary, but it hates to look bad in public. I know how to make it look bad. That's how I've bought the space to run my agency my way.
Your private kingdom.
Call it what you will.
On the evidence, I'm not so sure Mrs. Bauer should have had custody.
Do you always blame the parent for their child's death, Detective? Or only when the parent is poor?
Now wait a minute.
No, you wait a minute. People like Jenna Bauer have had it hard enough in New York just getting by. It doesn't help when the city's guardians look at them like they were moral degenerates.
Et donc elle savait ce qu'il y avait dedans. Il va pas faire le malin, le gosse.
Tiens, viens par là, tu vas essayer de siège éjectable, tu vas t'écraser comme une vieille merde contre le plafond, espèce de petit salopard.
She practically bragged that she beat the kid.
You're mistaken, Detective. All of our clients are given intensive training in positive parenting.
Oh, il est positif.
So
Formation
tell me,
PMA.
why did Miss Bauer have such a big problem with cops?
You want to hear about Jenna Bauer's problem with cops? Cops killed Aaron's father. Narco squad kicked down their door in the middle of the night. Started tearing the place apart looking for contraband. When Mr. Bauer stepped forward to defend his home, they shot him. Just another casualty of the drug war. So can you blame Mrs. Bauer for thinking maybe the story was repeating itself?
First try, j'ai envie de dire. Toujours pas le deuxième emote. Super. Super. Ça, je suis sûr que Mister MV il est valide plus vite ses emotes. Hein. Ou AlphaCast.
I just had an enlightening conversation with the sheriff of Russell County, Kansas. He told me about the drug bust that killed Aaron's dad. Apparently, they found 3 pounds of meth in the house.
1,5
That's a
kg de
relevant
méthamphétamine.
fact.
Ah oui.
Wonder if it's in the Bowers case file.
You really think Mom's the killer?
I hope my hunch is wrong, but yeah, I do.
You better hope your hunch is right. Montrose has himself a big megaphone, and he's been making a lot of noise about how you roughed up his client. What's your plan? Subpoena the boy's files?
Maybe. But first, I think we need to pay Mrs. Bauer a visit. Can we get a search warrant, just in case?
The press is still giving us grief over the way we fumbled the preppy jogger case. They're gonna crucify us if you break into this apartment and come up empty. I hope you know what you're doing.
Mais oui, ils vont.
NYPD, open up! Mrs. Bauer, if you don't let us in, we're gonna have to close the door. Oh man, what a wreck.
If we're lucky, she won't come back and make a scene.
I wouldn't worry about that.
Oh, hell. Dead?
Very.
I'll call dispatch.
Elle est très morte.
Yeah, this is Briscoe. We're on the scene at the Bauer residence, and we're gonna need an ME. Looks like a 10109. Yeah, right.
Lights don't work.
No heat either. I'm guessing the electricity's been cut off.
I wonder how long. Wasn't Good Shepherd supposed to take care of this kind of thing?
We've got 2 victims now. Let's get a better picture of how they died and how they lived.
Enquêtons. On va chercher une pipe à crack. Preuve de l'usage de drogue. Ouais, c'est une pipe à crack. Hein. Cause de la mort de Jenna. Source de revenus.
Vodka bottle's empty.
And so's a bottle of Xanax. I think we found our cause of death. Meth pipe. Looks like Mom had a bad habit.
Guess we know who Aaron was bringing the candy for.
And knowing meth addicts, I can imagine she wasn't too compassionate when he came home without it.
There would have to be a Christmas tree.
Really cheers the place up, don't it?
Hop là. Aller jusqu'au bout.
Somebody paid Jenna Bauer $1,000 back in April. New Directions Holding Company.
I have a feeling $1,000 checks didn't show up in her mailbox all that often.
I wonder how she scored this one.
Oh la 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 la. Oh la la.
Wonder how this fell over.
Mrs. Talus's Statue of Liberty clock.
Damn it, Lenny. Look, right there.
Blood.
I can guess whose. The poor kid comes home with this crap, and she beats him with it. Satisfied?
Yeah, I think our killer's gonna miss her date in court.
You think she overdosed on purpose? Out of guilt?
Maybe. She's a junkie, Ray. Don't hurt yourself trying to figure it out. Well, what do you know?
Emmy?
It's the caseworker from Good Shepherd. And she's knocking on the wrong door. Oh, hey, miss, the party's down here.
Detective Briscoe? What are you doing? Oh my god! It's Mrs. Bauer!
I'm afraid so.
Tell me, did the place look like this on Christmas Day?
Well, how should I know?
Isn't that the date of your last visit?
My last visit? I wasn't here on Christmas. Oh. I'd better call the office about this. Dr. Montrose? Yeah, I'm at the apartment. There's something you should know.
Ah, on n'est pas venu à Noël. Pas très professionnel.
The Bauer case. Isn't it time we close the file on that
Chief, ça veut dire chef en anglais.
I'd love to, believe me, but justice hasn't been done.
Poetic justice, maybe. Nobody comes away from this one looking good, including us.
What Detective Curtis is saying is, we think you've got a case against the Good Shepherd Agency.
Against Stefan Montrose, you mean? The champion of the downtrodden?
Mais non, c'est pas lui.
Are you saying he's the killer?
No, but his agency failed to prevent the deaths. We feel he's responsible.
C'est le vrai Gorbatchev.
Oh, great.
Go ahead, I'm listening. Tell me why we should go after Montrose.
Montrose impeded our investigation.
He was actively uncooperative?
He refused to turn over Aaron Bauer's case files.
That's clearly over the line.
Sure, but the city chose not to pursue a subpoena at the time.
Putain, mais c'est le parrain, le procureur?
Law says a child welfare agency's got to check in with clients regularly.
And Good Shepherd didn't?
Apparently not.
She drew a blank when we asked about her last visit.
And Montrose himself basically admitted that he ignores state procedure.
Are we going to stand by and let our social service agencies go rogue?
Jack, we don't have a case against him.
Not yet. Let's see what's in those case files.
Don't Barry White.
Here's the last record in the file.
What about the sensitive material from several years ago Montrose told us about?
Mysteriously missing.
Christmas Day, huh? That is one dedicated caseworker.
Donc c'est quoi les 4 trucs? Oh, du World Trade Center à cette heure-là. Ouais, ça se trouve, c'est le World Trade Center. Itéré à 14h le 25. Ouais, il était bien au World Trade Center le... Allez, quel enquêteur attentif.
That's one lying caseworker. We got a ticket says Aaron Bauer was at the top of the World Trade Center at 2 that afternoon.
This report's a complete fabrication, no question. But who do we indict? Simplest thing would be to go after the caseworker, but...
Montrose says he prefers to be the point of contact with the city.
Then let's give him what he wants.